I just bought a brand new G83, well G83 M4. But there's a few catches. This car was totaled in an accident. That's not the only catch though. Aside from this car being totaled, the mechanic that's gonna be fixing this whole car and putting it back on the road is me. And you might be wondering, what's so bad about that? You're the mechanic that's gonna fix it? The problem behind that is I don't have no mechanical background other than doing an oil change on that Supra right there. And aside from that, we're gonna learn off this car and hopefully rebuild this car, bring it back to life, and put it back on the road. What up, chat? The car should be here any minute now. I'm right here with my Supra. But yeah, car should be here any minute now. I'm a little nervous, man, because as much as I talk this into reality, now I'm a little nervous of the reality coming actually reality, you feel me? I don't even know what I'm saying, but yeah, pick this up whenever the car is here, man. Right here, chat. My new to me G83 M4. Oh man. Oh my god. This thing looks crazy. It's leaking a little. First sit inside the car, man. Oh my god. That's what it feels like being an M owner, huh? Yeah, man. The windshield got a crack on it. That sucks already. Add engine coolant, risk of scalding. Okay, hood open. And yeah. Damn. Oh my god, what a feeling, guys. And see if it works, hopefully. Woo! Oh, it's about to work. Oh my god. Keep going, keep going. Oh my god. Holy shit. We got a drop top. Oh my god. Let's look at this car right now. Now we can finally inspect it a little bit better. I'm literally sitting down in front of my house because my family's about to come home any minute now. And I just want to see the look on their faces because most of them, or like 90% of them, do not know that I purchased this car. It's one of the most dumbest decisions I've ever done, quote unquote. As my brother said, it's my midlife crisis. There's mad mosquitoes outside. But yeah, chat, in life you gotta prove people wrong. Me doing this right now, buying this car right here, is just my way of saying I'm gonna take a risk on myself. You gotta just try proving people wrong in life, you know. Everybody doubted me. When I dropped out of school, they said you're gonna be nothing. You're a failure. That's exactly what they told me. They literally counted me out. I don't know how to explain this to you guys, man. They told me I'm gonna be a failure when I dropped out of school. Everybody, from family to friends, they all considered me a failure. They were like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you're a complete failure. And I don't want to get emotional out here, but look, man, if I'm a complete failure, these two cars right here, I guess they belong to a complete failure, man. That's why I go by failure. Don't believe people when they count you out. When people say things, you're supposed to have a type of mindset where it's unbreakable. And that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to reach a type of success. And hopefully you guys follow me on this journey. For those of you that don't know me, I go by failure. I own this Supra. And I go by failure. And I own this G83 M4 competition. Don't let people put you down. Prove everybody wrong. If you're a failure, the best part about coming from the bottom, the only way is up. Before we even bother getting to work on this car, we gotta clean this up. Because I don't know about y'all, but look, you can even see it. It says wash me. Show you guys how I clean it. I'm gonna cover this front end most likely because I don't want no electricals getting messed up, man. step to this rebuild series is opening this hood. Because of the damage, the hood does not open anymore. Even when you pull the latch, the hood won't open because one of this side can't release, it's stuck. So the first thing we're gonna attack is we're gonna get some tools, try to open this hood. Let's get this car started because I know it could run and drive. I know it. Don't worry. I know a lot of you guys know me for this car. Most of you guys, 100% of you guys know me for this car right here. But don't worry, we're not gonna forget about the Supra. The Supra's still a part of the whole series. The Supra's still a part of me, still my favorite car. But we gotta rebuild this. First, when we rebuild this, we attack this rebuild. I still will be doing some installs on this. I got some ideas, so subscribe. So what I'm gonna do soon, trust me guys, I'm still gonna show love to the Supra. I got a carbon rear diffuser that I wanna buy soon. I will install it once I get it. I haven't ordered it yet, but I will get it. So before we get to working on the car, I'm gonna disconnect the battery just in case. I don't want no airbags blowing or anything like that, making this build even worse than what it is right now. So to disconnect the battery, you just gotta open up the trunk over here and you gotta disconnect the negative terminal. So let's get to it. $10mm, hopefully this works. Alright chat, so I couldn't get the ratchet in there. Gonna have to just do this the old school way. Finally got this last screw out. Oh man. Now we see the engine bay. Right here. That S58 engine. Alright guys, so now that I finally got the hood open, I'm gonna check if the coolant tank is still empty or it's full. And then I'm gonna reconnect the battery and turn on the car, hopefully. It was low-key dangerous, so this might blow up in my face, or it won't. The coolant is empty. It's not even minimum. Probably drop in some distilled water and turn on the car. Next step, got the hood open. I checked the coolant tanks already. They're both empty. I don't know how long this car's been sitting, but I'm gonna just check. I'm gonna add this distilled water because coolant's too expensive just to waste it. Check where it's leaking from, how much it's leaking, and depending on that, we're gonna see if we can start this car up again, all right? So right here, gonna start filling it up with some distilled water. Bismillah. The whole bottle, is it leaking from anywhere? Didn't even get to the minimum. Nope. Emptier than empty, man. Alright. Chat, we found the culprit right here where it's hit, I guess. Somewhere right there. Look, I don't know if you can see, but that's where it's hit, that's where it's leaking, and right here is where it's leaking. So realistically, I could start up the car if I wanted to, but I'm gonna make sure I get this auxiliary coolant tank ordered, and then we'll be able to start up this car the proper way. All right guys, now that we know that the auxiliary radiator is the problem, so now since that's leaking, we don't want to start the car because I don't want to risk messing up this engine at all until I get that fixed. But till then, I'm gonna start stripping this front end and seeing what parts I need to order, and yeah, let's get into it. That should be the whole front end for this piece at least. Come on. Alright guys, as you know, this is day 2. Changed my clothes. You could tell that the day changed, but now we're stuck on this right here. The wheel won't come off because the bolts are like stuck to the wheel. So the bolts are stuck to the wheel and the wheel won't come off. I've tried everything from a hammer to a breaker bar, a wrench, even an impact gun. It doesn't do anything. I tried jacking it up to relieve some pressure off the wheel, but these wheels are like completely stuck. So until I can figure out how to get this wheel off, I can't move forward to take the whole front end off. I gotta figure this step next, and then we'll see what happens and how I can take out the rest of the car. So now that we know that that wheel still can't come off, and we gotta figure out how to take that wheel off, until then, I'm gonna jack up this car, get underneath the car, and figure out what else this front end needs, and if there's any hidden damage that I haven't seen yet. Let's do it. The best part about this whole rebuild series is I'm gonna have INNOVA by my side. With the 5610, I'm gonna be able to scan the codes, read all the faults, reset any problems with this car, and I'm gonna have live readings with this scanner. Get your INNOVA 5610, link in my bio down below. So I just jacked up the car, and now that I got underneath the car, I just seen the most damage that it's done. Let me just show you guys real quick. This oil cooler right here, you see it's hit. So we definitely need to get that. And then underneath it, it hasn't been pushed back or any other damage past that. So yeah, we are lucky a little bit, but also this battery just died. It's acting a little sus. We gotta jump the battery if we wanna start it up again. But until then, for next week's episode, I'm gonna definitely have to order some auxiliary radiators. Well, just one, the other side is perfectly fine. Right here, as you can see, this side hasn't been hit as bad as that side, but I'll just double check to make sure. So we need an auxiliary radiator. We need oil cooler. We need a transmission cooler. We need this radiator right here, the heat exchanger. As far as mechanical things go, we do need a crash bar, because you see this crash bar is cooked. Right here, we also need this secondary crash bar on the bottom. This hood is what we need. Some people were telling me to get it just fixed by a shop. Let me know, chat, should I get it fixed by a shop, or should I just go carbon? Should I just go carbon hood, or should I get it fixed by a shop? Let me know in the comments. Also, right here, this, I don't think the damage is that bad right here on this fender. I think a dent repair guy could definitely get that fixed. I don't see as to why I would pay a whole $400 or $500 for another fender whenever I could just get that dent repaired. Also right here, it's a little bent right here. Definitely the dent repair guy could definitely fix that, buff that out. These headlights is also what I need. I have the modules, so I just need the headlight, the whole lens and everything right here. I have them on both sides, I believe. I haven't checked. The smart thing I should do is definitely check. But yeah, chat, guess down below how much this rebuild will cost me. I think I've done the math. My guesstimate, my best estimate is probably, I think it will cost me $8K to have this car back and running on the road the right way. And yeah, the labor is just all gonna come from me. Some people might help me, who knows? But other than that, it's been failure. And this is welcome to my rebuild series on my G83 M4, man. Who would have known that because of this car, I'm gonna end up owning this car. Life is crazy, man. Chase your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you different. And I'm out of here.